Have you seen the Pope's seamstress?
No.
The Pope, not seamstress. The Pope has a garment expert who does all his. He is Catholic and in the church and ordained, and this guy is outrageously gay, living an openly gay life, fabulous, look like some dude you'd see in San Francisco. Like, yes, these are the fabrics for His Highness, and going over. And there's been so much with the Catholic Church. I think in Brussels, maybe was the country, I can't remember. A couple of times they'd find the priests having orgies. So yeah, this guy looks like a boutique shop in San Francisco.
Interesting. Looks like that guy would be using like a butterfly knife.
Yeah, Catholic Church, very gay, in my opinion.
What the fuck are those tattoos? That's awful. Think it through. Like, have a plan. When you go into like when you got your tattoo, did any part of you go, you know what?
Maybe a giant puzzle.
You just start going.
What he looks like?
I'll tell you when to stop.
Maybe he's gonna fill them in. Like maybe he's gonna fill those in, like that music video. This one, somebody that I used to know.
I knew exactly what you were going for.
Oh,
he's colored in like all pastel.
He looks like a stained glass to me.
I've heard it in many
how
years.
You can be the leader of the Catholic Church and then say things like, whatever you want to believe in, that's cool. It all works.
Yeah, that's weird.
In my mind, the Catholic Church has evolved on what they considered most important since the beginning, right?
True.
But evolving now is somehow violating tradition, even though, to me, as an outside observer, the tradition is evolving.
It's just the evolving makes sense, but there's some stuff that's like hard and fast. Like this is an exclusive thing. Like the whole kind of core of Christianity is like there's no way to salvation except through Jesus. And so if he's like undercutting that, it would be like a Muslim imam saying like, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, you just do your best.
There's lots of good prophets out there.
There's a lot of good ones out there. People say Muhammad's the best, but who's to say? Like immediately they'd be like, what the fuck is
over there?
They're stabbing that guy.
they're not given leeway in Islam. They go hard in the paint.
Did he say it lots of times? The time I saw him say that someone was getting into Christian or heaven that was a non-believer, it was a little boy worried that his father wouldn't go to heaven because he was a non-believer. Are we talking about the same thing, or he do this a lot?
I don't know that story. I just know the like quote of him saying
I said dogs go to heaven. Like he was, dude. He's playing it off the seat of his
I'm fine with that evolution.
What are you fucking talking about? No, they don't get to go. I wish they could go. Look, if it was up to me, only dogs would go to heaven. Just me and all the dogs. But I don't get to make fuck all y'all. Go to hell. But I'd be up there in a big gigantic that field from that Microsoft Windows like screensaver. I'd be in that field with every dog that ever lived, all the good ones, none of the pit bulls, and that would be my heaven.
And legal weed.
Well, the field is weed. It's a field of
weed. It's like literally the grass.
I'm just high as I walk through it. I just absorb it sublingually. I lost my train of thought. The Catholic here. The only thing I would like to see the Catholic Church progress forward on, let them priests, cardinals, the Pope have a wife. They should have to have not let them, force them. He said, "Go forth and be plentiful." Look. Your priest should have 15 fucking sons and daughters who are taking part in and they should be setting that example. Then all of a sudden your priest knows a thing or two about relationships, women, marriage, family, children,
better advice.
Those children. Now he's an expert in those things. So when he goes to talk to you, you're not talking to a 60-year-old fucking gay virgin about your wife texting guys on Facebook. Because what the fuck does he know about that shit?
Agree.
That's true.
Also, I think there'll be fewer pedophiles if these guys get laid.
Yeah, but Woody,
that's scientifically true.
If only
is it?
Like I don't think. But what would really prove it is if we had thousands of years of a parallel church. We'll call it hypothetically the Orthodox Church that does allow their priests to get married and doesn't have a pedophile problem. Now, if we could point at something like that and see that it works, and you don't just rush into it after 1 century. Let's say we get 18 centuries of it, like a huge amount, and then we'd know that it worked. Yeah, you're
winning me over,
right.
Taylor.
They should be able. Yeah, like the Orthodox let their priests get married, and they don't have a pedo weirdo problem. Just do that, and then you won't attract weirdos who want to be in positions of power.
I tell you what, I also like this. This pope is supposed to be the people's pope, progressive pope, etc. when
he
he
did
found
now.
out about all that molestation, I think it's South America somewhere. Forgive me, I don't know the country, Chile or wherever he found it out. It was rampant. He asked for the resignations of all of the clergy there, but only accepted it from like 2 or 3 of them. It's like, why didn't you clean fucking house? Like, I can't think of anything more. We all know there's nothing more despicable than that child molestation, and then to couple it with like the church, the thing you're supposed to trust in the most, have faith in, not trust. Like it's the ultimate betrayal, and from the ultimate fucking pieces of shit. Like to be a priest as your forward-facing face, and you're a molester, and pride is so disgusting and evil. Those people they should bring back some of that Renaissance justice. They should have burned those priests.
Do you like priests should have had accidents?
Torture.
They hauled. I bet he could legally do it. I bet the Pope could legally execute people in the Vatican, can't he?
In the Vatican, I think so.
Yeah, I would
only
hope so.
on the Vatican grounds, not 1 foot over.
He's
And
got his own country over there, and he's the
Italy
king
would
of
like
it.
that very much.
I promise you, if I was Pope and we knew for sure that Father likes little boys over there had been up to no good, we would burn him at a stake in the Vatican for the world to fucking see and set an example.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said this. I was just about to recommend that you fly him in and you tell him it's a great honor or something. When he gets there, the live stream starts.
Yeah.
You get to be the example of what happens to pedophile priests. You burning alive ushers in a new era of justice here at the Catholic Church, which they don't really get. You might have heard the wild story out of, I believe, New Orleans. There's a whole bunch of people suing one of the priests there for molesting children, as it always is, unfortunately. And the church decided not to remove him from active duty, including Sunday school and like childcare. So the lawyer on the case warned and made it public and sort of broke some court laws, if I'm not mistaken, to protect the people still going to the church. So now the Catholic Church is trying to get the suit dismissed and sue the guy for some violation of privacy. And a similar thing just happened with the Southern Baptist Convention. If you look it up, this was during Biden time. It's done in Trump's zone. The Department of Justice was investigating them because they discovered that in like 1995, the leadership of the church discovered that they had a predator priest problem, that it was frequent. And they called in lawyers to figure out how to deal with this problem. And the lawyers' advice was basically a whole bunch of NDAs, get molestation insurance, set up a policy, rotate these people. So it was discovered the Southern Baptist Convention had this huge list of priests that had been credibly accused of sexually assaulting their congregants. And instead of firing those people or making it public, they put that just on their server to reference for when anything bad happens, with little dollar figure amount for like what each person was worth and stuff. How cursed was that?
That's pretty fucked up. What the Pope should do, I mean, he has his own country. How about you have like a team, like a SEAL Team 6 tier level of guys, except they're dressed like paladins.
Ooh.
With like holy paladins, and these guys,
he does.
They get wind of nonsense going down in southern Argentina. Do you go to the law? No, you're the fucking Pope. You are the law. You send the paladins, and then they slay him publicly, probably, because everyone's going to see, even in their little square, they're going to see the paladins and be like, hell yeah. And they're going to be happy that he's ridding the community of a pedophile. That's the way to do it. And it's aesthetically cool. And everyone will like it. It'll be fun. People will go and get their picture taken with the paladins, like they do with those big hatted guys in Buckingham Palace.
Kyle, Taylor's idea has promise, but as a Baldur's 3 subject matter expert, are we sure a team of pure paladins is the way we get? We don't need a mage in there somewhere?
No, paladins.
We've got one rogue.
An assassin.
Mr. Pope, they like the idea, but they don't like the gremlin member of the team.
I got one for you here. This is so perfect. My wife just started reading a manhwa about Catholic priests that are like special operators that fight demons, except they're also extremely gay. Which is, I think, realistic. I'll just drop these images in here. You talk about like having like elite Catholic operators for like missions and stuff.
Oh.
I have been watching her read this for like 2 weeks now.
Dude, elite paladins? Oh, well, this does not seem like a good source of information about anything.
No.
This is a
But it
cartoon.
is an idea. Well, maybe not that one. We'll go to the other one.
This is an anime or something.
Show the Swiss.
It's an anime
the
for
Swiss
sure.
Guard is what you're talking about. He literally has what you're describing. They're called.
I don't like their look, and so I'd want them changed.
They're
He
called
has what
the
I'm
Swiss
describing.
Guard.
So like a couple paladins and a mage.
He has an
I would
army.
go
He has a
full
private army
paladin.
called the Swiss Guard, and they wear silly uniforms. But you'd want paladins. Paladins get their powers
Holy.
from their oath, and once they break that oath, they lose it. So thereby, you secure that any of your paladins go around diddling little kids, they'll lose their powers. These guys, what are you talking about? What's your problem with these guys?
I
don't
want
think
more
they make
of.
effective.
I think they're
ninjas.
one face paint away from being a clown.
I mean, number
He's a
one, I like.
professional clown, I
Say
should
that
know.
to their face.
I like that they have the
They'll poke you with that
halberds
thing.
there.
But that halberd looks lame, right? It's like a child's halberd.
That has to be like a ceremonial one. That seems like the one
What's
you would
wrong with that
actually be
halberd? That looks
using to
perfect.
stop like a.
Does it? In
But
my
it's not
to
games,
me.
That's for pulling a knight off a horse.
the axe part
Right.
should be much bigger in mine.
It's not an
Oh,
axe,
wow.
it's a
What do you
hook
think that guy did to get
pull
the cool one?
It's meant to pull riders off of a horse.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that is. But okay, the helmets are not upsetting to me at all. I like those. I don't like how colorful the
Could you
pantaloons
imagine-
are.
The
It should be
pantaloons
more
are killing
colorful.
me. I'm
Yeah,
with
the
you.
pants are
The
killing me.
pantaloons are a little rough. Imagine them in plate armor with still that coiffed helmet thing. But it's chrome plate armor. It has to look just, and a white cape that has Orthodox cross on it. Ooh, now
These
that
guys looking pretty straight with each other too. But I mean, if your army's going to be dressed like this instead of like a blacked out Escalade or a Hummer, they should probably all get out of
This
my
is better.
VW Buzz and just pull out of like a little minivan, so it looks like a bunch of armed clowns piling out.
now we're only halfway there to my recommendation, and look at how much the plate armor adds to it already.
Okay, that's an improvement.
Plate armor is cool in all
You
situations.
want three little boys.
We've got 3 pedophiles to kill, and I'm British now. The Pope
guys
sent
are
me on a
probably-
mission to southern Argentina. Kill pedophiles.
Oh, Jason Statham's in the Swiss Guard now.
Yeah, now Jason Statham's doing it. Pope pulled me back in. I said, I'm retired. He said, you can't. I'm on God's side. I said, that's true. I said, I suppose so. Don't want to get on the wrong side of the big guy. That's how Jason Statham would put it.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, the big guy. That's what he
Well, we're
would
about to
put it
get. I highly recommend a movie called Conclave. It's on our Plex, and it's about the Pope dying, and then the Conclave, which is the voting process for selecting the new Pope. And there's a lot of intrigue. It's a drama. It's a movie. I think it was nominated for some Oscars. Great cast, real good movie. I watched that this week to learn a little bit about the process that's now going on, and they literally just go in there and vote. Like they just put the Cardinals in a room and they vote every day until they pick a guy amongst the room. I'm hoping we get a black Pope. I don't know about you. I think
How
a
do you
black
feel about
Pope
Korean
is much
Pope?
more likely to be conservative because I think the black
Korean
popes
Pope?
come from
Don't be
Africa. Like literally, I think a lot of them are from Africa. That's and I think that they are generally speaking more conservative, which is what I want.
100%.
Pope.
Yeah, you want him to kind of be traditional. That's his thing. And can you imagine like a black guy getting the Pope, the papacy?
Why are you
And
gay?
he's like, yeah, why are you gay? You are gay.
Your sword will
I'm on the other side.
burn.
I did not know. Did you know
Well, the
that there are
Catholic Church is
pedophiles
also
that we are
having its
protecting?
own
We are
it's a
shutting this
building
down.
schism. There's a disconnect between the recent guidances and behaviors of the Pope, the very progressive one, and conservative Catholics, not just in the U.S., but like in a bunch of countries. So there's
Oh, yeah.
definitely a push right now to side for a more conservative Pope because
Yeah.
that
yeah.
ruffled a lot. Like the thing I think Pope Francis, whatever, he would like dine with drag queens and like argue with them about theology and stuff. That didn't go over super well in Catholic circles. So.
Yeah,
I think the more
really didn't
conservative
like
you go, the more you marginalize and just doom your religion to being an obscure, not practiced thing.
I don't think so. I think it's been the largest religion on earth for millennia, and throughout the vast majority of that, it was incredibly, by far. It's by
I
far.
didn't know. I
Christianity.
would have thought
Yeah.
Muslim or something was the biggest.
No, it's Christianity, and like throughout the vast majority of that time, it's been
Well, wait. you're
incredibly
lumping
traditional.
Every kind of Christian together.
I consider like Catholic and Christian, like it's all Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
What
Christian.
about
They're all
Mormon?
Christian.
Does
Yeah.
that count?
But like when you start preaching, you
Yeah,
can't use
it
condoms.
kinda does.
I don't know.